There are moments in life when reality seems to ripple, as though it were not a solid surface, but a thin film stretched over a vast, unknowable abyss. It's in these moments that we feel something stir beneath the familiar, the sense that there is more to existence than the world we touch and see. We often dismiss this sensation, brushing it aside as a fleeting thought or a trick of perception, something ungrounded in the tangible world. Yet, what if this sensation, the deep, insistent knowing that there is more, isn't an illusion at all? What if, in fact, it is the first whisper of a truth so vast and so profound that it shatters the very nature of how we perceive life itself? The truth is, we are already living in a parallel reality. You, reading these words, are standing in the middle of multiple worlds, unfolding simultaneously, each one shaped by a different choice, a different path, and a different unfolding of time. You have felt the weight of this truth, even if only fleetingly, perhaps in the stillness of a quiet moment, when your thoughts drift into a place beyond the mundane. Perhaps you have experienced déjà vu, the sudden, overwhelming certainty that you've been here before, doing this very thing, with this very person. But what if this sensation, this eerie feeling that you've been here before, is not a random glitch in the fabric of your mind? What if it's a glimpse into a world that exists alongside your own, a parallel version of reality in which you exist, but with slight differences? In the modern world, we are taught to believe in a single, linear timeline. We grow up assuming that time is a constant, immutable force, moving ever forward with no possibility of deviation. But this perception is rooted in a limited understanding, a view that fails to account for the complexity and depth of the universe. Time is not linear, but rather, it is fluid, elastic, and interwoven with the very fabric of reality itself. To imagine that we exist within a single, unchanging reality is to ignore the deeper, more cosmic truth that we are, in fact, swimming in an ocean of parallel worlds, each one created by the choices we make, the thoughts we think, and the actions we take. Consider for a moment the concept of a dream. When you dream, you step into a world that is both familiar and foreign, a place where the laws of physics bend and break, where time is distorted, and where you can find yourself in places you've never been. Yet, when you wake up, you are told that the dream was not real, that it was simply a product of your mind, a creation of the unconscious, a fleeting illusion. But what if the dream world is just as real as the waking world? What if the line between what we consider real and what we consider imagined is not as sharp as we think? Could it be that the parallel realities we experience are simply different dreams within a larger cosmic consciousness, and that the waking world is just one of many possible dreamscapes we inhabit? The science of quantum mechanics offers us a glimpse into this deeper understanding of reality. It suggests that at the most fundamental level, particles exist not as solid, discrete objects, but as probabilities, existing in multiple states at once. These particles are, in essence, existing in multiple realities simultaneously, their true nature revealed only when observed. In this sense, we too are like these particles, existing in multiple forms, in multiple worlds, at the same time, our true nature hidden beneath the veil of perception. The parallel realities we inhabit are not distant or unreachable. They are woven into the very fabric of our being, waiting for us to awaken to their presence. The idea of parallel realities challenges everything we have been taught about the nature of existence. It asks us to look beyond the surface of life, to recognize that the world we see is only a fraction of the whole. It calls us to embrace the idea that we are not bound by the limitations of time, space, or circumstance. In fact, the very concept of limitation may be one of the greatest illusions we face. If reality is truly a vast web of interconnected parallel worlds, then our choices, our thoughts, and our actions have the power to ripple across dimensions, creating new versions of ourselves and new realities with each passing moment. But there is more. The world you experience is not as fixed as you believe. The very sense of stability that you take for granted, the belief that the world around you remains constant, may be the greatest illusion of all. What if the subtle shifts in your perception, the moments when you feel that something is out of place or askew, are not simply random anomalies? What if they are signals, echoes, from a parallel reality that is reaching out to you, trying to make contact, pulling you toward it? The key to understanding this is not simply accepting the idea of parallel realities, but awakening to the fact that you are already living in them. They are not distant or hypothetical. They are here, now, surrounding you, interwoven with your every breath. The question is not whether these parallel realities exist, but whether you are aware enough to perceive them. Are you attuned to the subtle shifts that indicate the presence of a reality beyond your own? Are you open to the possibility that you are living in multiple worlds at once, each one offering a different version of yourself, a different version of reality? In the coming exploration of this concept, we will delve deeper into the nature of these parallel worlds, uncovering their hidden architecture and exploring how they shape our lives in ways we may never have imagined. We will confront the profound implications of this understanding and how it can transform the way we live, think, and interact with the universe. As we embark on this journey, consider this. What if the parallel reality you've been searching for, the one that promises freedom, peace, or understanding, is not somewhere out there, waiting to be discovered, but right here, waiting for you to recognize it? To truly understand the nature of parallel realities, we must first begin with an understanding of the underlying principles that govern them. Principles that are, in fact, woven into the very fabric of the universe itself. These concepts are not merely abstract theories, but deep truths about the world we live in, whether we perceive them consciously or not. At the heart of this exploration lies the realization that reality, as we understand it, is far more fluid and multidimensional than we have been taught. The very nature of time, space, and existence itself is not a linear sequence of events, but a vast, interconnected web where everything is entangled and ever-shifting. One of the foundational concepts is the idea that reality is a spectrum, not a fixed, solid state. The world you perceive around you is just one version of the infinite possibilities that could exist. Imagine reality as a vast tapestry, each thread representing a potential path, a potential choice, a potential outcome. Some threads are pulled tighter, closer to your awareness, while others remain distant and almost invisible, their influence felt only faintly at the edges of your perception. What we call the present moment is, in fact, a point where all these threads converge, temporarily coming together to form what we experience as our immediate reality. However, this moment is fleeting, and it shifts continuously. As you make decisions, thoughts, and actions, you move from one thread to the next, shifting between possible realities without even realizing it. This is the crux of the matter. Time, in its conventional sense, does not pass forward in a singular, unidirectional flow. Time is multidimensional, like a river with many tributaries and currents flowing side by side, each with its own rhythm and course. You are a traveler on this river, moving from one parallel current to another, seemingly unaware of the vast expanse of possible worlds that are unfolding with each subtle shift. You are not limited to one singular timeline, one path. You are moving through a vast and boundless array of possibilities, and each decision, each thought, moves you ever deeper into a new stream of experience, a new parallel world. Quantum physics, the realm of scientific inquiry that explores the smallest particles of our universe, offers us a profound insight into this phenomenon. According to the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics, every possible outcome of every event is realized in its own separate reality. Each time a choice is made, the universe splits, creating a new branch, a new reality where that choice is manifest. Thus, you, in your existence, are not confined to a singular version of yourself, but rather, you are simultaneously present in countless variations of yourself, each one existing in a parallel world where your decisions have taken a different course. This is not a fantastical idea, it is a direct implication of the very laws of nature that govern our universe. This brings us to another crucial theme in our exploration of parallel realities, the concept of perception. What we experience as reality is, in fact, a construct of our senses and minds, a limited and filtered version of the vast, infinite complexity that surrounds us. Our senses are like a pair of glasses that only allow us to see a tiny fraction of the spectrum of existence. We look at the world through a narrow lens of time, space, and physicality, unable to perceive the deeper layers of reality that lie just beyond the threshold of our awareness. These parallel realities are not distant or otherworldly. They are embedded within the very fabric of our own perception. The only difference between the reality you experience now and the parallel realities that exist is your level of awareness. Imagine, if you will, that reality is a vast ocean, and you are standing on the shore, gazing at the horizon. The ocean is filled with countless waves, each one a different version of reality. Some waves crash forcefully against the shore, while others gently lap at the sands. Yet, you are only aware of the waves that are closest to you, the ones that you can see and feel. The waves in the distance, the ones that are farther away, remain beyond your perception, but they are still there, just as real as the ones that touch your feet. The key to entering these parallel worlds, to experiencing them fully, is to learn to expand your awareness, to widen the scope of your perception so that you can see the waves in the distance and feel their pull. This brings us to the role of consciousness in shaping reality. If reality is a spectrum of infinite possibilities, then your consciousness is the force that directs your experience. Like a navigator charting a course through uncharted waters, your awareness determines which version of reality you will experience. Your beliefs, your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions all play a role in shaping the path you take through this vast, uncharted ocean. The more attuned you become to the deeper layers of reality, the more you begin to recognize the hidden architecture that underpins it all, the invisible forces that guide and shape your experience. Yet, there is another, more subtle aspect to the idea of parallel realities, one that challenges our conventional understanding of existence. If you are truly living in multiple realities, then what does this mean for the concept of self? Who are you if you are not confined to a single version of yourself, but rather exist across multiple worlds, each one offering a different version of you? This question is both profound and unsettling. The self, as we know it, is an illusion, an identity created by the mind to make sense of the world. In truth, the self is not a fixed entity, but a fluid, ever-changing expression of consciousness, moving through the vast expanse of possibility. You are not a singular, static being. You are a multidimensional, ever-evolving expression of life, constantly shifting and adapting to the realities you inhabit. These concepts of time, perception, consciousness, and self form the bedrock of our understanding of parallel realities. They reveal that the world we experience is not a fixed, immutable place, but a fluid, dynamic, and constantly shifting landscape. The boundaries between parallel realities are not as solid as we might think. They are porous, permeable, and waiting for us to recognize them. In the next section, we will explore how these core themes manifest in deeper symbolic narratives, stories that speak to the heart of our existence and reveal the hidden truths that govern the parallel realities we inhabit. Through allegory and symbolism, we will uncover the deeper meaning of our place in the multiverse. To truly grasp the intricate web of parallel realities, we must venture into the realm of symbols and allegories, where the language of the unconscious speaks with clarity. These stories, myths, and metaphors are not mere flights of fancy. They are the ancient tools humanity has used to encode the deeper truths of our existence. Within them lie the keys to understanding the parallel worlds that unfold around us, the unseen dimensions that pulse just beneath the surface of our everyday lives. To step into these narratives, is to enter a place where the boundaries between the material and the immaterial blur, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary, and where the mysteries of existence are revealed through the veil of symbolism. Let us begin with the myth of the labyrinth. The labyrinth, an ancient symbol found in cultures across the world, represents the journey of the soul through the many paths of existence. Its winding, twisting corridors are not merely physical, they are metaphysical, representing the choices, challenges, and potential realities that we navigate throughout our lives. Each turn in the labyrinth is a new possibility, a new parallel reality that branches off from the one we know. The journey through the labyrinth is not about reaching a singular fixed destination. It is about discovering the multiple paths that lie before us, each one leading to a different version of the self. The Minotaur, the creature lurking at the center of the labyrinth, is a powerful metaphor for the fears and obstacles that keep us trapped in a single version of reality. It is the force that seeks to prevent us from embracing the infinite possibilities that lie within us. In the context of parallel realities, the Minotaur represents the limiting beliefs, the rigid structures of thought, and the unconscious patterns that bind us to a single path. To escape the labyrinth, to step into the realm of parallel realities, we must face this fear, confronting the Minotaur within and shattering the illusions that keep us confined to a single, linear existence. Only by transcending our fears can we unlock the door to the many worlds waiting for us. Consider also the myth of the hero's journey. This is a universal narrative that transcends time and culture, found in the stories of ancient civilizations and modern-day tales alike. The hero embarks on a quest, leaving behind the safety of the known world and venturing into the unknown. Along the way, the hero encounters trials, transformations, and revelations that challenge the very nature of their identity. These trials represent the choices and paths the hero could take, each one leading to a different reality, a different version of themselves. Ultimately, the hero is called to confront their deepest fears and insecurities, their own Minotaur, and emerge transformed, having gained access to a deeper, higher level of consciousness. In the context of parallel realities, the hero's journey is not a singular, linear path, but a dynamic process of shifting between multiple versions of self. The hero may enter one reality, face a particular challenge, and then, through a moment of realization or a key decision, shift into another reality where the challenges are different, where the rules of the game change. This constant ebb and flow between different dimensions of existence mirrors the choices we make in our own lives, the subtle shifts in perception and consciousness that guide us through a world of infinite possibilities. The hero does not simply move through time, he moves through realities, learning and evolving with each new path taken. The story of Alice in Wonderland offers another vivid allegory for understanding parallel realities. Alice, who tumbles down a rabbit hole into a strange and ever-changing world, encounters a reality that seems to operate according to its own set of rules, one that defies all logic and reason. Everything she knew about reality is turned upside down, and she is forced to confront the absurdity and fluidity of existence. Alice's journey through Wonderland is an exploration of the parallel worlds that exist just beyond the edge of our understanding. The world she enters is one where time and space are malleable, where different versions of herself emerge with each twist and turn. In this world, there is no fixed truth, no ultimate authority, only the unfolding potential of what could be. In our own lives, we too are like Alice, caught between the familiar and the unknown. The rabbit hole, like the labyrinth, represents the point of entry into a different reality, a different dimension of possibility. To journey through the rabbit hole is to be willing to leave behind the constraints of the known world and enter the realm of the unknown, where every decision creates a new parallel reality, every thought spawns a new world. Alice's adventures are not confined to one version of reality. They unfold in a multitude of ways, each one a reflection of her consciousness and her ability to embrace the fluidity of existence. These stories, the labyrinth, the hero's journey, and Alice's descent into Wonderland are more than just tales. They are mirrors that reflect the journey we all must take to awaken to the truth of parallel realities. Each one offers a glimpse into the deeper workings of the universe, a glimpse into the multiple dimensions of existence that are always around us, waiting to be discovered. As we navigate our own labyrinths, we must learn to recognize the Minotaur for what it is, a symbol of the limits we place on ourselves and our potential. We must embrace the hero's journey, knowing that each decision we make leads us to a new reality, a new version of ourselves. And we must, like Alice, be willing to step into the rabbit hole, to let go of the old world and enter a new one, a world where anything is possible. But these stories also caution us. They remind us that the journey is not always easy, that the parallel realities we seek are not without their challenges. The labyrinth is full of twists and turns, the hero's journey is fraught with danger, and Wonderland is a chaotic and unpredictable place. The parallel realities we inhabit are not always more perfect or more ideal. They are simply different, each with its own set of possibilities and consequences. The key is not to seek out the perfect reality, but to learn to navigate the many worlds with awareness and presence, understanding that each one offers a unique opportunity for growth and transformation. In the end, these symbolic narratives are not just stories. They are blueprints for understanding the parallel realities that we live in. They are reminders that our journey through life is not a straight line, but a constant exploration of multiple possibilities. As we learn to expand our consciousness and recognize the threads that connect us to these alternate worlds, we begin to see the universe not as a rigid, unchanging place, but as a dynamic, fluid dance of infinite potential. Now that we have explored the metaphysical framework and the symbolic narratives that illuminate the presence of parallel realities, it is time to consider how these grand ideas can influence our everyday lives. What does it mean for us to be aware that we are living in multiple realities? How can we integrate this understanding into our daily existence and transform the way we experience the world? The implications of parallel realities are far-reaching, not just in abstract theory, but in the very way we navigate the choices, challenges, and opportunities that define our human experience. To understand the real-world relevance of these ideas, we must examine how they can affect our actions, thoughts, and relationships. One of the most immediate effects of recognizing parallel realities is the realization that our perception of time is not as rigid as we once thought. When we begin to see that time itself is not linear, but fluid, we start to understand that each moment contains infinite potential outcomes. The choices we make are not confined to a single predetermined future. Rather, they are the seeds of multiple futures, each one unfolding in its own unique direction. This recognition opens the door to greater personal empowerment. We are no longer passive observers of our lives, waiting for time to unfold in a linear fashion. Instead, we become active participants in the creation of our realities, able to move freely between multiple possibilities, shaping our paths with each decision. This shift in perspective has profound implications for how we approach challenges and opportunities. In the old model, when faced with a decision, we often feel pressured to make the right choice, as though there is only one correct path. However, when we understand that we are already living in multiple realities, this pressure evaporates. There is no singular right path. There are simply different paths, each leading to a different version of ourselves, each world holding its own set of lessons, experiences, and growth. In this way, the concept of parallel realities frees us from the fear of making the wrong choice. Instead of seeing decisions as make or break moments, we begin to view them as opportunities to explore new worlds, new versions of ourselves. Each decision becomes a doorway to a different experience, and no choice is ever final. If we find ourselves in a reality that no longer serves us, we can simply shift to another. The universe, it turns out, is full of second chances, because it is full of infinite versions of us. This understanding also changes the way we view failure. In the old framework, failure is often seen as a fixed point in time, something that happens once and cannot be undone. But when we recognize the existence of parallel realities, we realize that failure is not an endpoint, it is just one version of an outcome. In another reality, the same decision might lead to success, growth, or new opportunities. The failure we experience in one reality is simply a manifestation of the path we are currently on, but it is not the only path available to us. By acknowledging the parallel possibilities that exist, we can begin to release the weight of regret and disappointment. Instead, we can shift our focus to the potential that lies ahead, knowing that every failure is merely a temporary condition in one version of reality, and not the defining feature of our existence. In relationships, the idea of parallel realities also offers profound insights. Many of us experience relationships as fixed, unchanging entities, where we either succeed or fail in our connections with others. However, when we realize that we exist across multiple realities, we can begin to see relationships in a different light. Every interaction with another person is a unique experience, unfolding in its own parallel version of reality. The version of a relationship we experience is shaped by our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, and these can shift and change from moment to moment. If a relationship is not serving us in the current reality, we are not stuck. We have the ability to shift to another version of the relationship, one where the dynamics are different, where understanding and compassion flow more freely. We may not always be able to change the other person, but we can always change our perception, our level of awareness, and the way we engage with them. Through this lens, relationships become a dynamic dance, fluid and ever-changing, rather than a static bond set in stone. Moreover, the concept of parallel realities encourages us to take ownership of our power to create change in the world. In the conventional view of reality, we often feel small and powerless, as though we are subject to the whims of fate, circumstance, or the actions of others. But when we realize that we are actively shifting between multiple worlds, we understand that we are the creators of our experience. The world we perceive is not a reflection of objective reality. It is a reflection of our consciousness, our beliefs, and our choices. We are not victims of the external world. We are co-creators of it. This realization opens up infinite possibilities for growth, transformation, and healing. If we are dissatisfied with the state of our lives or the world around us, we can shift our awareness to a reality where things are different. We are not bound by the past or present. We are free to move into a future shaped by our conscious choices. For example, when we are faced with a global crisis, it is easy to feel overwhelmed, helpless, and powerless. But when we embrace the idea of parallel realities, we begin to see that there are versions of the world where solutions already exist, where peace, harmony, and understanding are thriving. The world we experience is simply one version of an infinite array of possibilities. By shifting our consciousness toward these higher vibrational realities, we can begin to align with the version of the world we wish to see manifest. Our individual awareness becomes the catalyst for collective transformation. When we move from a place of fear and scarcity to one of love and abundance, we begin to shift the collective consciousness, bringing new realities into being. In the practical world, this might look like choosing to focus on gratitude instead of complaint, on solutions instead of problems, on cooperation instead of division. As we shift our consciousness to higher realities, we begin to attract experiences that reflect this elevated state. This is not about denying the challenges we face, but about recognizing that we have the power to choose how we respond and to shift into a reality where our actions align with our highest ideals. The more we practice this, the more we begin to see the world around us transform, as if by magic. The universe responds to our thoughts, our awareness, and our actions, creating new worlds with every shift in perception. This is the power of parallel realities, the recognition that the world we experience is not fixed, but is a fluid, dynamic, and ever-evolving landscape, shaped by the choices we make and the way we perceive it. We are not passive observers of reality. We are active creators, constantly shifting between worlds, shaping our experience with each thought, each decision, each action. By embracing this awareness, we open ourselves up to the infinite possibilities that await us, and we begin to step into a reality that reflects our highest potential. As we approach the end of this exploration into the depths of parallel realities, we must take a moment to pause and reflect on the incredible potential this understanding holds for us. The realization that we are already living in multiple realities, that each moment is a crossroads of infinite possibilities, is not just an abstract concept. It is a living, breathing truth that has the power to transform every aspect of our existence. The question, then, is not whether we live in parallel realities, but whether we are willing to awaken to them, to consciously choose which version of our life we wish to inhabit, and to embrace the freedom and responsibility that come with this awareness. Throughout this journey, we have uncovered the layers of reality that lie beneath the surface, those hidden dimensions that pulse just beyond the boundaries of our perception. We have explored the intricate dance between time, space, and consciousness, and how the very choices we make create ripples through the fabric of existence, branching out into multiple worlds. From the labyrinthine paths of the mind to the hero's journey and Alice's descent into Wonderland, we have seen how these symbols reveal the deeper truths of our lives, truths that transcend the limitations of the linear, one-dimensional reality we so often take for granted. And yet, as we stand at the threshold of this knowledge, there is one final question that must be asked. What now? What do we do with the understanding that we are living in multiple realities, that our choices shape the world we experience? This is where the true transformation begins, for the awareness of parallel realities is not an abstract concept to be admired from a distance. It is a call to action, a call to embrace our role as conscious creators of the life we wish to live. The first step in this transformation is to realize that the power to shift between realities is not an external force. It is within you. Your consciousness, your awareness, and your perception are the tools that allow you to navigate through the multiverse of possibility. When you begin to see yourself as a multidimensional being, capable of inhabiting multiple worlds, you begin to understand that there are no limits to what you can experience. The life you want is not somewhere out there, waiting for you to find it. It is already within you, existing in parallel with the current version of your reality. The only thing that is required is the courage to shift your awareness and step into it. This shift does not happen overnight, nor is it something that can be easily explained in a few simple steps. It requires a deep, personal commitment to awakening to the full potential of who you are. It asks you to release the limitations of your old identity, to shed the beliefs that have kept you confined to a narrow, linear view of the world. It challenges you to embrace the fluidity of existence, to recognize that every thought, every action, and every decision you make creates a new version of yourself, a new reality in which you are free to explore, learn, and grow. But this process is not just about personal transformation. It is about collective evolution. As more and more individuals begin to awaken to the reality of parallel worlds, the collective consciousness of humanity begins to shift. The more we recognize our ability to create new realities, the more we come together to shape a world that reflects our highest ideals. In this way, the awareness of parallel realities is not just a tool for personal growth, it is a catalyst for global change. The world we experience is a reflection of our collective consciousness, and as we raise our individual awareness, we raise the vibration of the whole. We begin to see a world that is not fixed and stagnant, but alive with possibility. A world in which each person has the power to create the life they desire. At its core, the understanding of parallel realities is an invitation to live with greater intention. It calls us to recognize that our thoughts and actions are not isolated, but are part of a vast, interconnected web of existence. The choices we make, ripple out into the multiverse, creating new worlds with every step we take. This awareness invites us to live with greater mindfulness, to be conscious of the realities we are choosing to inhabit, and to shift toward those that resonate with our highest purpose. It asks us to see the world not as a set of fixed circumstances, but as an infinite field of possibilities, waiting to be explored. But with this awareness comes responsibility. The recognition that we are creating our own reality is not an excuse to act recklessly or selfishly. It is, in fact, a call to live with greater integrity, compassion, and wisdom. As we shift between realities, we must ask ourselves, what kind of world do we want to create? How do we want to show up in the many worlds we inhabit? The more conscious we become of our power to create, the more we are called to align our actions with the highest values of love, kindness, and service to others. In this way, our personal transformation becomes a reflection of the collective transformation that is possible when we all begin to awaken to the truth of who we are. The journey to embracing parallel realities is not without its challenges. There will be moments of doubt, moments when the familiar world seems more real than the one you are shifting toward. But it is in these moments that the true power of awareness shines through. When you encounter resistance, when the old world seems to pull you back into its grasp, remember that you are not bound to it. You are free to choose, to shift your perception, to step into the world that aligns with your deepest truth. Each time you make this choice, you strengthen the connection to the infinite possibilities that exist within you. As you continue on this journey, take a moment to acknowledge the profound truth that you are already living in a parallel reality. The world you experience right now is one of infinite possibilities, and every moment holds the potential for change. You are not bound by the past, the present, or the future. You are a multidimensional being, capable of shifting between worlds, each one offering a new version of yourself, a new experience of life. The question is not whether you can change your reality, it is whether you are ready to see that you already have the power to do so. The reality you seek is not far away. It is here, now, waiting for you to step into it. The only thing required is your willingness to recognize the truth that you are living in parallel realities, and to awaken to the infinite potential that lies within them. In this moment, ask yourself, what reality do you choose to inhabit? What version of yourself will you become? The choice is yours, and it is already unfolding in parallel in this very instant. This is the call to transformation, to awaken to the parallel realities that surround you, and to step into the boundless potential they offer. Your journey through these worlds begins now,